Howdy, y'all. Welcome back to Gunsnbbq. Not so much a gun-related topic today, as it is just talking about keeping yourself informed, and that does not mean listening to the media. I'm going to give my own example on why you probably should not do that. Not to say that all media outlets lie, and I'm not talking about Donald Trump and fake news. Like I said, this is my own personal experience that I will share. You take it for what it's worth. But recently I've been watching some YouTube channels that there seems to be one that might be spewing a lot of, I don't really want to call it propaganda, but at the same time, it seems like they're twisting things to fit a narrative that they want to push, so I guess, it's propaganda. Anyways, there's another one that is calling this channel out on their BS, yada yada yada. And these channels, a lot of people might look at and, take what they say for gospel. And the thing is, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do it with any media outlet. Not calling these two channels media outlets, but it's something that you're watching and using to possibly formulate an opinion. And you need to make sure that you're fact-checking the things that you're formulating an opinion on. That way, if you are going to debate somebody on it later, you don't look like an ass. So, my story. Years ago, my very first job was a photo tech at Walgreens. Worked there several years, and while working there, it was Black Friday. I had left for lunch, and just as I'm walking back in from my lunch break, I pass another person exiting the store. At this point, there's nobody up front. I thought this was kind of odd. Then I go to punch back in, and one of my good friends since kindergarten was bawling her eyes out, and she had told me we had just gotten robbed. I was like, oh. So I spoke with the manager. I'm not gonna say her name. She was awesome, and she's like, hey, John, so we just got robbed. I was like, yeah, I heard. Anyways, what happened was a young lady who apparently had a drug issue because the police caught her at a local drug house later on, because somebody squealed on her. Apparently, people that you call friends aren't such good friends in those places. But that's another story. Anyways, this girl had walked up to the counter, and I saw the security footage. So this is firsthand watching the security footage. Walked up to the counter, handed my friend a note, who was, again, behind the counter at this time, running that drawer. And my friend immediately puts her head down, as although training videos had shown us to do, that Walgreens provided, so that way you didn't make any eye contact and challenge the robber in any sort of way. She gave her all the money that was in the drawer and handed it over to her, along with the pack of cigarettes that she was acting like she was going to purchase to, get that drawer open, and then she leaves. So let's move on to the media part. So, store manager are now at the store, the executive assistant manager are now at the store. Walgreens has very strict guidelines on talking to media in situations like this. So none of us spoke with the media. There was no witnesses to what happened, other than people working there, and the cameras. So the local news station, which is probably one of the better ones that we have coming out of Erie, PA, had broadcast that the Meadville Walgreens had been robbed at gunpoint, the manager forced into the back and forced to open the safe. None of that happened. I just told you what happened. But that's what the media said. Now, how are you going to fact check that? You're really not, unless you knew somebody that was working there. But my point is, they're going to say what they want to get the story that they want. And when there's things that you can fact check it out. Don't just say, well, Fox said it, so it must be true, or CNN said it must be true. Gunsnbbq said it must be true. Hell, fact check me on, fact checking. I don't care. It's just something to keep in mind. Nothing is worse than getting into a debate with somebody, and I think, if we're all pro two-way and trying to fight this good fight, paying attention to gun-related content like this, then at some point we're probably going to have a conversation with somebody about firearms. And if that conversation turns into a bit of a debate, you need to be well-knowledged in what you're talking about, again, so you don't make yourself look like an ass, and you can make them look like the fool when you are dropping the facts on them. So, just food for thought. Something I've been thinking about recently. Thumbs up, thumbs down, if you would, please. Comment if you have any interesting media personal experiences like I just shared. Share this if you'd like. Hit subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate all of you who keep watching my channel and being active with it. Lets me know that, I'm not doing it for nothing. So, thank you. Keep your guns firing, your smoker smoking, and I will catch you all next time.